we all know that a quarter of the world's population workforce are as farmers and women wage earners and entrepreneurs, and less than 20% of the landlords are the women. And it has been recorded as per the research that reducing the gap in labor force participation rate, sorry, I'm just having some throat problem.
Itu bisa boleh pada dari phone tu. I can connect on phone also, no? Yeah. I don't know how. Okay. Some people they go connect to their phone. Itu office na bila laptop tu. The power went off. Oh.
Dr. Mary? No? Hello?
Yes.
You're trying to communicate. Oh. So, how? Itu kan yang gue di mana kan yang gue bilang. I'm not even sure. I have to go. I think it's
Hello. Hello. I'm joining from two places. Hello. Hello, can you hear me, Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My laptop went off and then I had to rejoin from another headset.
Mary, are you?
No, I'm joining from two.
Hello,
Ma'am,
Hello,
Mary.
ma'am,
Mary.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, now can you
ma'am.
hear
Yeah,
me?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
My God, I'm very sorry to everyone, and we would like to pick up from here.
Um,
I
I
think in
think
the
in the
very
very
first
first
instance, I'd
instance,
like
I'd
to
like to
request
request
Sarila
Sarila
Sangam to kindly
kindly
say an invocation.
Madam,
Hello?
your voice is echoing.
I have to leave one meeting. Because I join in two handsets. So now is it okay?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to join in two handsets. So can we request Sarila Sanktam to kindly say an invocation prayer, please?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Before we begin with our program, shall we all look to God in prayer? Our Father in heaven, we praise you and we thank you, Lord Jesus, for the blessings upon our life and for this day that you have given to us to come together in this very manner. Despite the pandemic going on around our life, you have been so gracious to us, Lord, to provide such opportunity, Father in heaven, to be here even this very moment, Lord. We praise you and we thank you, Lord Jesus, for all the people who have carried the burden to initiate such program, Lord, to reach out and influence, Lord, all the people, especially the women, Lord, around our society, Lord. Thank you so much also for the life of our special guests and all the resource persons who are here, Lord Jesus, to fulfill their duties. And it is our prayer, Lord, that your wisdom and love will rest upon them and that they will be able to carry on and they will be able to fulfill their duties, Lord Jesus. Above, Father in heaven, Lord, we pray that, Lord, all the listeners here will be able to retain all the knowledge that we receive on this very day, Lord. And it is our prayer that we will be living witnesses as we implement all that we learn from each other. So we pray that, Lord Jesus, and we seek for your generous blessings upon each and every one of us, because it will mean a lot for the success of this very program, Lord. So we pray for your blessings and we pray for your guidance upon our life. We surrender everything unto your mighty care. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Sarila, for invoking God's presence in our midst. We are very thankful to you. And to start with our next program, I think my opening remark is not possible because of the situation that we're in. Anyway, we have a very special guest with us today, Madam Dr. Pritpal Kaur, and we're very, very fortunate that you could spare your time. And we've been hearing a lot about you, and we are very, very thankful for sparing your time. And I would like to just give a brief introduction to our attendee. So Dr. Pritpal Kaur is an IPS of 2016 batch, and she's basically from Haryana. And a doctor, BTS, from Rohtak University with a gold medal. She's an athlete, she's a basketball player, and also a best speaker. And also she has done a post-graduation as well. I think she has been doing a lot of work, as I mentioned earlier, and she has been conducting free coaching for UPSC and NPSC exams as well, and also giving a lot of free education. I mean, helping those students who want to, who are unfortunate, not able to pay their fees and all that. So she has been doing a lot of great works. And today, we are very delighted to hear from you, madam, and so we'd like to give you time for exhortation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Firstly, I'll just take due apology from everyone since I'm not able to connect on my own laptop. My camera is not working. But I'm glad that you all have invited me on such a beautiful program. So I just wanted to share very few points which I'll share just to show the gratitude what all you have given me the opportunity to serve in Nagaland and with the beautiful people you all are. Since I feel at home, so I love to go extra miles for everyone here present. Before I start a very small speech, I'll just start with the verse of a Bible only. And the Bible tells us with respect to the proverb, verse 25, chapter number 31, it says that strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. And I have always thought like, yes, it is only strength which keep every one of us moving. Since all the participants are here, the women, and they are the one which are making the 50% of our society's part, and they are most important part, I'll say, because we are the one which are taking care of our households also, families also, and even if we see in the all the job scenarios. Dean ma'am has started with a beautiful introduction saying that what actually means Mahila Kisan Divas. I'll also say few points. Mahila Kisan Divas with was given a logo. Logo was like Sashakt Mahila, Sashakt Bharat, means empowered women will create an empowered India. So how it is creating, especially in the agriculture sector, as we know, we see that males who were already engaged in agriculture since primitive times, now they're only reducing on the numbers, and it is only 63% of the males who are engaged in agriculture. However, if we see the girls, it is around 79%, or I'll say around approx 80% of the females are engaged in agriculture. So this is the reason nowadays India is called as a country having feminization of agriculture. However, after feminization also, we could see that many a times, though women are the one who are working for the long hours, but they are paid very less. This was the reason when 15th October was started as Mahila Kisan Divas, after United Nations also recognized for the rural women. Hence, the Ministry of Rural Development earmarked at least 30% of their budget allocation for the women beneficiaries in all the ongoing schemes, be it centrally sponsored scheme from the seed missions, planting materials, National Food Security Mission, oil seed mission, or the horticulture mission. Here, 30% of the budget is specially dedicated to the women farmers. However, many a times they women, we don't know what all our rights are and what all we can have. This is the reason we just go back. Otherwise, women are the one which can perform anyway, anywhere, anything. I mean, if we see in all the spaces, either it is sports, either it is Olympics, it was women who have taken the golds or who have taken the medals for us, or even either in the space, either if I go for the economic things like International Monetary Fund, our chief economist, Ms. Geeta Gopinathan, she is woman only, and from India, if we see most of the words, I mean names, Hima Das, Mary Kom, and Indra Nui, even the Biocom, Kiran Majumdar, there are numbers and numbers of names. There is nothing and no area where women cannot excel. I hope all the participants also and all the faculty and the panelists will agree with me. There is not a single point, single time when women cannot perform. And if we think it is only we, sometimes people say us you cannot, that is not their fault. It is we who have to think, who have to get in our mind that there is nothing impossible for us. And take my words that you are one of the, and we are one of the multidisciplinary section of the society where we can perform anything. Like when we went to Israel for our training, there once we had an interaction with the control room panels and the naval commanders, and a beautiful thing which I saw was like all the ladies were there. They were all girls who were manning their own control panels and the communication channels. Then I asked a question, sir, why is that the males are not there and all the ladies are managing all the things at one time? So the answer given was very beautiful. He said that girls are the one who can manage 10 jobs at one time. I mean, They can see their children, family, phone calls, WhatsApp, Facebook, even singing, household works, farming, everything. So I was very impressed with thing, and we also thought like that. And since I was brought with a family where my mom was also working, my mom was a teacher, and she has made me what I am today. Matlab, I am from Haryana, and Haryana girls are in earlier days, now not now, nowadays so they are going very well. Earlier days it was a notion that women are kind of burden and they cannot perform, but it was my mother who told me, no, you too can excel in all the fields. And it was her initiative that one day she told me that I will let you survive, I will let you do whatever you want. And whatever Dean ma'am has given me the introduction, it is not actually mine, it is the thing which my mother has given me. She made me play all the things, and I excelled in my basketball. I played basketball 4 times. Then she asked me to become a doctor, whereas in our families girls doesn't study much. However, she has made me, and when I became a doctor, and I thought I have to make her proud. I was gold medalist of my own college. It is not because of me, it is because my mom helped me out. When a woman helps another woman is a beautiful thing that also has to be worked in the society. Many a times one woman will let other women also go down. That should not also happen. I mean, it is we as a chain, we have to pull each other in the heights. So later, even now, whatever today I am, after my doctor also, I became IPS. That is also all the initiatives of my mother, who taught me that nothing is impossible for us. Whatever males are performing, we too can perform that. Even if this is a police job which is always male dominated, but I have never thought like that. When I wear uniform, I always remember the lioness here. I am the lioness. I always think that this lioness at my shoulder is the one. I am the one, and I don't care I'm a girl or I'm a boy. It's the khaki which I'm wearing, and none other person, no one has to tell me that I'm a girl. I know myself, and I can perform when I want to, and I can perform as much as they can. And in my police academy also, I have like done as much as they can. And in agriculture also, since we are from, I am the Punjabi, and farming is in our blood. We love farming, and whenever I travel in Nagaland, Naga ladies are like wonderful. I mean, you people, every one of you is over talented. We are fan of yours. Coming from the mainland India, I see there is nothing which women of Nagas cannot perform. Either it is farming. I always see Khuri Logole Jailebi, it's all girls. And Kheti Kuri Bolebi, it's all girls. Weaving, football, and athletics, badminton. What is the thing which you people don't know? Everything. You sing so beautifully, you dress up so beautifully, you speak so beautifully, you write up so beautifully. Uh, I'm not just boasting up. I have experienced myself since 3 to 4 years. Every talent is there, especially in the Naga ladies, and you can excel like anything. Northeast women have extra potential. Either it is Mary Kom or it is Hima Das. She has got the title of being express. Why? Because she is from Northeast and we are one of the best. And Northeast has extra potential of resources. God has blessed Northeast with so many resources, and if we don't utilize those, maybe we are not valuing it. Then we need to value it. Not only the resources which are materialistic. As a human resource, we are like, we have to analyze and we have to value our own potential. And I think women of Nagaland, or it is whole Northeast India, you are very talented. I can count again. Either it is handicraft, weaving, singing, jewelry, either it is farming, it is sports, athletics, boxing, whatever. You are one of the best. And agriculture is a spine of every society. If agriculture is not there, we cannot perform. We always see that we get pickles. It is called mother's recipe pickles. You see, it is bought because it is written mother's recipe. Mothers have that recipe. Mothers are the one which nurtures us for everything. But one thing is like, if mother's recipe pickle is reaching here in Nagaland, means pickle which is written made in Nagaland. or made in any district, made in Mokokchung, Twinsang, Zunabote, that can also be reached. I mean, they can also reach there. We always think that Nagaland has so much potential for organic agriculture. However, we don't go for it. Why? I mean, we are still lagging behind. I have stayed in Hyderabad for 7 years, and I have always ordered from Big Basket, and I have always seen the differences. If it is 1 kg mango is like 80 rupees, but organic mangoes are like 200 rupees. So why our organic mangoes cannot reach there? If Himachal Pradesh or Jammu and Kashmir apple is coming here, why can't my apple go there? If ginger candy of Patanjali is reaching all the corners of India, then why can't Naga's ginger candy can reach there? You have wonderful potential. The resources are a lot. Organic agriculture is there. No pesticides are being used. There is so much of mole, na? Piglet farms are there. We can be the exporters. Now, Dean ma'am has pointed out that since the corona is going on, we are conducting this webinar. But you see, uh, we understood something. When corona happened, we saw that we were totally dependent on Assam for most of the things. Why so? Kindly ask these questions to ourselves. All the people who are listening, they may be also understanding. After 10 days, if the Assam is banned, we can't feed our own generation or own population. Na kya? So that also we have to think out. Lot of potential is there. We need to now start exporting to the other states or all over country, all in India also. Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, they are exporting to US, United Kingdoms. Why can't our material go? That is the question. And I am very sure if women are there, everything is impossible and everything is possible. And I'm very sure you all will be excelling. The initiative taken is like beautiful. Mahila Kisan Divas, the title itself says that Sashakt Mahila, Sashakt Bharat means if the woman is empowered, whole India is empowered. You all can do it. And I'm very sure you all can do it. All the departments are with you. And there is nothing which can stop you. Either it is food processing, either it is transportation, electricity. See, I didn't have electricity. I didn't have network. I came from Nukluk to Tunsang. Then I opened my camera 1 hour before. Still, it did not work. I came to Sisarendra Aran's home. Then we are talking. Everything is possible. There is always a way. We can do it. It's that simple. And you all can. Let's have beautiful thing where it is written made in Nagaland or some products which are written like Nagaland mothers. That day when it reaches to my Punjab, something which I'm eating and it is written Nagaland, that will be the most beautiful day. And we'll all will be waiting for that. Any support, any help, we are always there. Since you already have all potential. Only the polishing is missing. Rest, you all are the best. So I'll just, I've taken so much of time since I was very excited. I've come from Nuklap to Tunjang to speak with all of you and I'm very happy. You all are best. Please make my words. But still, hard work has to be done. Dedication has to be given. If you will not give that, I don't want, we are always dependent on Assam or some other state. No. Next time, we should not be, we should be exporting them. They should be asking us. It's as simple as that. Next time when I'll sit in Punjab, that time I want to eat the pickle made by our agriculturist. Ma'am, Akhali Sima's one good recipe should be reaching to me and I'll be glad to eat that and I'll eat whole day that same thing. So I'll end up here with a beautiful Bible verse which is teaching us and telling us Proverb, this is chapter number 31. It is verse number 26. Proverb, it says that she opens her mouth with wisdom and teaching of kindness is on her tongue. So that wisdom and the tongue and the every word should be used for the encouragement for the works done. And thank you all. And thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting us. I'm very happy and very thankful and very grateful that you gave me that opportunity to join all the panelists and all my Naga ladies. You all are best. We all are best and we'll all do best. Next Mahila Kisan Divas, India should be knowing that we celebrated with some great products which has reached all corners of India. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's quite an enlightening speech, and I'm so glad that you could make it, and then in spite of all odds, I think that's what you rightly said. Nothing is impossible, and I think you have proven today itself. I mean, we have been hearing, as I said, a lot about you, but now hearing from you, I mean, it just justifies everything. And we're so glad to, we are very fortunate to have an officer like you in our midst and in our state. I think Longnak people are very blessed to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
You're very, I mean, multitasking is, I think, one thing that you have portrayed. And most of the ladies are definitely a multitasker. And I think you're one of them, and I'm very glad. And one very good thing about you is that you speak so fluently Nagamis, that's, I think,
I didn't speak
I don't have,
Nagamis, ma'am, today. I'm so
no, I heard you now and before also, and I'm like kind of amazed, and it's wonderful. I think that's why you gel so well with people, because you know their language. That's a big asset for you. And as you rightly said, we're all blessed. There are a lot of, as I started planning this program, in fact, it was planned in the car because we got information just yesterday morning. But then the number of ladies that are in agriculture and are doing so well, when I look at around, and I found so many of them, and I was like surprised that we have so many prominent ladies in agriculture, and I think we can all come together and work, and that's rightly what you have said. Well, even though you may not be from agriculture, we're always going to include you in our program. We're very
ma'am.
inspired. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
we're
I
very
mean,
inspired.
all the products of Baba Ramdev Patanjali, Itukan sab, this is all the products which all we make. We eat every day.
Right.
So next time to mukhan lagai hobo lage na ki product.
There's one entrepreneur here with us, and
Yes,
we're going to
yes.
listen to her as well. So she
That's
has a lot of products to tell us.
Sure,
We
sure.
have, so I hope you'll stay till the end and listen to our young girls here.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I'm so delighted, to have all the youngsters. Most of them are my students, in fact. And today, earlier times I used to be in the panelists, and I used to be the resource person. And today I'm so delighted to be introducing my own student who have, done so well in their own field. And today we have invited them as the panelists. So let me start with the
before we
first
go,
one.
ma'am, I'll just pass a message to all your students. All the students keep on asking us that they need some jobs. I want to tell them, अपनी खानी की बात डोंगर उठी जाबी, अपनी खानी नीचे लगा मनुखान के job दीबी ना. You give the jobs. You become the best entrepreneurs ना. मुखान the job पूरा तो servant निशना. You become the best businesswoman, best business entrepreneur. इतु पीछे तो अपनी खान job दी थगी भी ना. इतु पूरा तो हो ही जावो. ना ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Please, everyone can.
That's really true. So we have with us the first speaker of the day. She's going to talk on overview of women in agriculture. She is Dr. Mary N. Udio, and she's an assistant professor in the Department of Rural Development from Sasart, Nagaland University. She's also my student, and she was earlier working in soil department. She's a gold medalist in the PG, and has a lot of research papers, and also she has recently published a book on women empowerment. So she's one lady who is also very passionate about working with women empowerment. So, and she's in the Rural Development Department, and I think it's very befitting that she's going to talk about the role of women in agriculture, and especially the rural woman. So I'd like to give time to Mary Odio. Dr. Mary, can you hear us?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just sharing.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see.
Screen, yeah, but I'm not able to. Okay.
Make it a slideshow.
Okay, thank you for your kind introduction. Yeah, it's a slideshow. No.
Right, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay.
we can see.
Thank you for
can
your
go
kind
ahead.
introduction. Yeah. Respected chairperson, special guest, my co-speakers, and all participants, a very good evening to you all. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be taking over this session to um, give an overview of women participation in agriculture. It is like a fact that women in agriculture play a vital role in a wide range of activities, thereby contributing to sustainable agricultural development. And rural women in our country share immense responsibilities in running the family, maintaining the household, attending to farm, tending domestic animals, and extending a helping hand in rural artisanship and handicraft. And in the context of Nagaland also, we know that women are very active in their participation in agricultural development, farm management and livestock production, horticulture, vegetable production, along with household management. And a segment of women are engaged in weaving and small-scale income generating activity. And though the women share all the responsibilities and constitutes about half of the total working workforce, yet very little is known about the participation of women and their source of livelihood, the constraints they face, or whether they're receiving the right information. So therefore, the idea of this session is to give an overview of the women participation in agriculture through the empirical research which was conducted in 2 districts of Nagaland. So from the research that was conducted on the role of women in agriculture in 2 districts of Nagaland, let us see the extent of participation of women in farming activities, which is a result of this research. So the first is the selection of land. It was found that women were involved in selection of land, yet decision making in the final decision for selection of land for cultivation was prominently performed by men. This is about the chum farming. So even in the clearance of jungle, conventionally this activity is also perceived as male-dominated task, but women were found to be participating in this. Burning of jungle, through this, even though this burning of jungle is perceived to be a male activity, it was observed that women were involved. And mostly the women were engaged in back-breaking task of field preparation, where they had to bend down like half of the day to work in the field, like the field preparation. They were actively participating in this. Sowing, another back-breaking activity. Intercultural operations. Intercultural operation. Then harvesting, then threshing. Even in the storing, and women farmers were actively engaged in generating income through marketing their farm produce. So this is an overview of the women participation in farming activities with special relation to chum cultivation. And from this table, we understand that women take part in all the agricultural activities. But it was quite interesting to see that in the selection of land for cultivation, which is basically a decision-making process, her opinion is not given importance, though she may make the best decision based on the farming experience. And though the contribution of women is enormous, not only in agriculture, but within the family, the society, and the humanity as a whole. However, it's really unfortunate that the realistic and potential role of women in the society has remained disregarded and unchanged from centuries. From the result of this research, let us see the factors that prevents participation of women in agricultural activities. So, lack of knowledge and skill for income generation was one of the hindrance for the women to participate in agricultural activities. Knowledge and skills are important to improve livelihood opportunities, reduce poverty, enhance productivity, and promote sustainability. Therefore, coordinated effort is needed to develop an integrated approach that will encourage the farm women participation in agricultural activity. Lack of finance was another constraints faced by women during participation in agricultural activities. Respondents opine that most of the financial matters are dominated by men and they are not free to use the money. And this restricts their investment in farming, preventing them from participating to the extent they want. Then time constraints for farm work due to domestic work. We all know that women play the dual role of looking after the house as well as in the farm. And this was also another hindrance to invest their full time in farming, thus limiting their participation in farming. Then the next constraint was lack of market infrastructure and marketing skills. So because of lack of market infrastructure, they do not get equal opportunities to sell their produce in the market, and therefore the farm women, they lose interest in farming also. So this research, it concluded that women are actively involved in agricultural activities like field preparation, sowing, intercultural operations, harvesting, threshing, storage, and marketing. And when we think about all this, these are actually the backbreaking activities where they have to, like I said, like bend down half of the day to work out with in the field, whereas they were given less importance in activities wherever decision making was involved, like selection of land for cultivation or burning of jungle and all. And the study also revealed that women farmers were not receiving much information from extension functionaries with regard to market intelligence, lack of knowledge and skill for generating income. So this is just an overview of how the woman is involved in agricultural activities. And in conclusion, I would like to say that we live in a patriarchal society where women are dependent on their male members of the family, whether a husband, a father, or a brother. And whenever the topic for discussion comes up regarding the status of women in India, immediately it fabricates a picture of inequality, discrimination, illiteracy, weaker sex, dependency, and exploitation. In a report conducted by World Bank, India has one of the world's lowest female participation in the workforce which not only includes agriculture but the employment sector as a whole, ranking 120 among 131 countries. And therefore, I feel that women empowerment through agriculture is the need of the hour to increase the participation of women in income generating activities. Traditionally, agriculture was seen as a low-tech industry with limited dynamics, dominated by small and marginal farmers, mostly paying attention to sustenance of their family and just the leftover to be sold in the market with fewer profits. But now, agriculture is seen as an enterprise with good profit, which has been possible by changing the way it has been practiced. And therefore, women empowerment through agriculture is possible through agripreneurship. If a woman becomes an entrepreneur, she can provide livelihood to at least 10 more women. And when she is financially empowered, social and political empowerment will follow suit. And when economically empowered women reinvest in their families and communities, it leads to greater self-reliance, prosperity, and food security. And today I see a lot of agricultural graduates and extension functionaries attending this session. So friends, I feel that it is time for us to self-introspect what we have been doing to improve the life of our counterparts who are depending on farming for their livelihood. Have we given any effort from our side to make their life easier in any way, either by sharing our knowledge or helping them to improve their farming skills, or changing their mindset by encouraging them or inspiring them? It is time for us to actually translate our knowledge into actions. And it is time for us to go the extra mile to make a change in the lives of the rural community in any way we can. Let us think of a way to inspire each other, uplift each other, And always remember that women don't work just to support their families, but also to create their identity in the male dominated society, and most importantly, to be independent. So with this, I come to the end of the short session. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Mary. That was a very enlightening thing with your research. You have a lot of experiences through your research, and we are very happy that you shared what you found in your research, and which is a fact actually. So much of work, so much of back-breaking work by the ladies, and less recognition and less in the decision making. But as rightly pointed out by our earlier speaker, I think we are coming through that, and we hope to achieve a lot. You know, with all the youngsters in agriculture and many people coming up, we are sure to be able to achieve one day. We won't be speaking the same dialect in the next sessions, I hope. So we will be able to, I think, reach much further than that. So thank you so much, Mary, for enlightening us. And I also just want to add here, there was a paper, research paper, and it goes like this. If women in rural areas had the same access to agriculture assets, education, and market as the men, agriculture production would be increased, and the number of hungry people would have been reduced by 100 to 150 millions. That shows a lot about women's participation in agriculture. So thank you so much. And now we have the next speaker, Dr. Sintirenla. I hope you are here. I hope your video is on. Dr. Sintirenla? Okay. So she's a master's degree and a PhD degree holder in horticulture. And she was earlier a faculty in B Vocational. She has a lot of experiences for about 5 years working with the students and skilling them. And she's also an expert in the spice, particularly in the spice crop in horticulture, a very sincere, dedicated faculty in Sasart, Nagaland University. So here we go. Dr. Sintirenla, she's going to talk on horticulture as lucrative enterprise for women. So time is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Visible,
Yeah.
it's visible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'll be speaking on the horticulture as a lucrative enterprise. Now, our previous speaker has already said most of the importance of the agriculture, the roles played by the women in agriculture. Now, I would like to focus on what horticulture is all about. So here, when we say horticulture, it refers to the art and practice of garden cultivation that is within an enclosed area. So there are different branches of horticulture. We have fruits, we have vegetables, we have flowers and ornamentals. The flowers constitute of the blooms. The ornamentals, it refers to the foliage plants, which adds to the aesthetic value. Then we have the plantation crops. So these are refers to the products which has to be which can be consumed only after processing. Then we have the spices, medicinal and aromatic plants, which constitutes of pungent compounds, which adds flavor and aroma to the food products. Then we have the post-harvest management. So this refers to the branch which deals with value addition of the products. Now this, now that we have set into the new normal post-COVID, we're depending not only on food security, but we're also focusing on nutritional security. So we know in Nagaland, like in Dimapur, just say, we can grow both tropical and subtropical crops. Towards Futsuro and Peg, we get temperate crops like persimmon, kiwi, apple, peach, plum. We are blessed with rich agroclimatic conditions. So based on that, we can take advantage of that and we can grow varieties of horticultural crops. So we can grow these horticultural crops for the diets, for the nutritional security, for vitamins, for minerals, and also for health benefiting compounds and medicines. They can be used for aesthetic value. Then comparison to the field crops, the horticultural crops give a higher production rate per unit area. Example, paddy. It gives about 30 quintals per hectare. But when we grow banana, we can get and harvest about 300 to 450 quintals per hectare. Now, that's the advantage. Now, again, these horticultural crops like your fruits and plantation crops, you can grow it in undulating slopes. Even cashew nut can be grown in wetlands. So then all these horticultural products, which can, apart from those which can be consumed in its raw form, we can also use it as raw material for food processing, for cosmetics, for pharmaceuticals, for confectionaries, right? So these are in great demand in the national and international market. So that can act as a source of foreign exchange. Now, these horticultural crops, based on the climatic conditions, we have annuals, biennials, perennials, based on the life cycle. So for those who are interested, we can always go for, we can always have this advantage of getting employed throughout the year by growing different types of crops. Now, I would like to focus on the lucrative aspect of the horticulture. Now, I've just listed out some of the avenues that, as in, when you take up in horticultural crop, what are avenues that you can explore? The first is the nursery operation. So when we say nursery operation, it refers to, you can either be a propagator, you can be a field supervisor, you can be a manager, you can be a salesperson. When we talk about turf grass operation, it talks about with the landscaping industry. Now, when we say crop production, those are, we can go, you can employ yourself as a crop grower or a farm manager. Florist operation, it deals with the florist, the flower arrangers, the bouquet, from bouquet making. Then it can either even be the plant rental supervisors. Now come to post-harvest management, you can explore avenues like going for product value addition products such as your sauce, your juice, your pickles, chips, dehydrated products, all those comes under this. Then industrial operations can also be taken up. So under that, you can we can either be a developer and producer, okay, like we can go for farm machinery productions, or agrochemicals or biofertilizer production, or we can either be the distributors, like we transfer the products from the farm, from the area of production, to either the nearest market or distant market, which will ultimately reach the consumers. So based on the various avenues of horticulture, I've just selected some horticulture-based enterprises which are doing really well in Nagaland, and I think we can take some idea of what are the products that we can focus on. So this is Naga Agros. She is an entrepreneur. She's just 65 years old, and she has started this entrepreneurial work using for production of value-added products such as anishi. Anishi is a local food item of Ao, but I think most of the Nagas prefer this. So this is the raw materials. She collects it from the farmers from Mokuchung district, and she adds value to it. Next is she also collects Raja Murja from barren districts, and she value add it by producing this smokeless Raja Murja. So the smokeless Raja Murja benefit is that the color of the fruit is retained, and it also has some health benefits. She also deals with jackfruit chips production, like during the on season, since jackfruit is wasted, she converts it into chips. So these are all value added. Then she has also focused on nursery raising of seedlings of seasonal flowers and even the vegetables. So she sells it by advertising in the social media and also by through word to mouth. So she has been able to sell all the produce. So I think this is an avenue that we as a woman folk can also focus on, because it does not require much skill. It does not require much, you don't need to devote your time for long, too much. It's just, you just take care in the early stages, and this will give a very fruitful response. Next is your amenity, banana fiber and allied products. So this is started by Imli Manna Jamir. She procures the raw materials, the banana pseudostems from Karbi Anglong, and because she is nearer to Assam, her location is near to Assam, so she procures it from there, and she adds value by making baskets, coasters, then even keychains. So the next project focus area for her is she said that she is focusing on Kar Mokokchung village in Mokokchung district. So she'll be establishing this unit in Mokokchung. She earns about 2 to 3 lakhs per hectare just from the value-added products from banana fiber. So I think this is a very fruitful avenue that we can focus on. She also goes for using the producing compost materials from the waste of the banana fibers. Then she also uses it as a substrate for mushroom cultivation. So these are all some additional incomes that she procures. Next this is an example, the backyard garden. So this is she makes value-added products of Raja Mirja. Then this is she also goes for value addition of the horticultural produce. She's based in Mokokchung. This is an example. These are just some of the in Losami village in Futsura district. They go for converting this raw, because they get excess of wild banana. They go for evaluating it into chips. So they just use the basic implements, like they use this slicer, they just fry it in the fireplace, they just fry it, then they just pack it. So one package will cost about 100 to 120 kgs. So I just contacted a farmer, woman, and she said that she earns about 50,000. So most of the villages, the women folk in Lusami village, they are into this banana chips making. So I think the other women folk from other districts can also focus on this. Next is she's Zakitsono Jamir from Farmer Square. She gets all the products she imports all the raw materials and all the fruit products from the villages, neighboring villages, and some she sells it in just the raw form, some she processes it, and these are some. She's also dealing with coffee products, so these are some of the products that she is focusing on. Those farmers who are producing, who cannot find an outlet, you can always contact her. We have given the her details here, so you can always contact her to sell off your produce. So next is she's Miss Lucy Nguli Thomas. She's focusing on the dragon fruit cultivation in Nagaland, and she has about 5 hectares farm in Dimapur district, and her farm is accredited with 1-star rating by CIH. Now, she not only focuses on production of fruits, but she also goes for selling of the planting materials. Next is, this is coffee farm grower from Kar village from Mokokchung. She has an area of about 1 hectare farm, and she sells off the coffee parchment. She has reported that she earns about 1.2 lakhs per annum, just an average. So I think this is an woman folk who is focusing on just all the middle work. So I think these are avenues that we can also explore. I've added some male entrepreneurs here. Mr. Bille, he is also a staff from the STINER. So he focuses on this smokeless drying of Raja Mirja. So 80 grams of this Raja Mirja is sold at about 300 rupees. So these are in high demand in the market. I think these are avenues that even the women folk can adopt. This is Mr. N. Choppy. He is focused on his attached with the areca blade making, and these are some of the products. She also focuses on medicine and aromatic crop products. So recently he has started making this green tea using tulsi and lemongrass. Now I would like to focus on some of the floriculture entrepreneurs. So this is Miss Watila Lukumber.
Cynthia, you have to
So
shorten a bit. Cynthia?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she deals with bouquets and just fresh flower production. Okay, I will just send the link of a video, the message that she has given in the chat box later after I've done. So this is Alice Achumi. She has done, she deals with potted plant selling. So she earns about 15 lakhs per annum. Miss Watila, she earns about 35 lakhs per annum. So that's just an average. So these are the products. Some of the government schemes are made, some of the schemes available are these uh, given by NHM, NHIM, then NHP. So these are the various links that I have given for reference. Like these are the various schemes that will be available. You can just link here and you'll be connected to it. If for those who are interested in the various schemes that are given by the government of Nagaland, you can always contact her. She will be ready to help in all the finding a link and giving you all the resources. So this is in Island Law. She is dealing with the e-marketing. So all the produce that you have, or all the fresh produce and even the value-added products, if you cannot find a market, you can always contact her. She's ready to sell. I cannot play the video now because of time constraint, but she has said like, for those who are already have a brand name, they can always advertise it through their link. For those who do not have a brand name, but they have a lot of production, they can always contact them and they will pack it under their name. They will purchase it and they will pack it under their name and sell it off. So they are trying to make they are trying to find a market channel for all the local producers also. So so these are some of the products that are sold. So that's all for now. So if there's any queries, you can always put it in the chat box, and I'll be giving the video links in the chat box. So I think, yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Sintirenla. It's a really wonderful presentation, and we would like to hear more, but then because we have a lot more speakers coming up, so I had to cut you short. But you can, those participants, we will be also sharing the recordings of those who are interested through their mail, so they can always, get the full presentation as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Sintirenla.
Okay, ma'am.
Now we have with us Dr. Shisa Renla, and she is a subject matter specialist from KVK Tuengsang and also from horticulture. And she has a lot of experiences in extension and research. She's also the nodal officer of hydroponics, and I think involved in a lot of activities relating to skill development programs and helping a lot of women in her area. So we are very delighted to have her here with us today, and she's going to talk on floriculture, an emerging tool for women empowerment. Time is yours, Dr. Shiranla.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. And a very good evening to all the participants who have joined us in this virtual program of Mahila Kisan Divas celebration. So my topic is on floriculture as an emerging tool for women empowerment. So as my previous speakers have discussed in detail, and then they have projected very well regarding so many entrepreneurs who are doing really well in Nagaland. So my topic will be specifically based on floriculture. So as we all know that flowers have always been an integral part of the social fabric of human life, and due to this, as it has its aesthetic value and its fragrance, and it has been essentially associated with all the social, cultural, and religious functions of any society. And when we talk about floriculture, it is the ability and knowledge of growing flowers and other floral products to excellence. So it includes the cultivation of flowers and other floriculture products to excellence. And it includes the cultivation of flowers and ornamental crops from the time of planting to harvesting, along with production of planting materials from seeds, cuttings, budding, grafting, and marketing of flowers and floral produce. So floriculture in Nagaland has taken a big leap in the state's economy, helping the growers who, for the love of flowers, can now meet their daily expenditures and other needs through this venture. So the demand of fresh cut flowers have been a huge impact in the floriculture sector, providing income as well as employment, especially among the homemakers and unemployed youths, as it is used in almost all occasions, like in birthday, wedding, funerals, Mother's Day celebration, and Valentine's Day, Easter Sunday, Christmas, and New Year celebrations. Which areas the peak period of demand for flowers and plants, with its meaning in expressing their feelings by presenting flowers to their loved ones. So flowers, we can say that it's a luxurious product and with social, with high social value, and the income per unit area for floriculture is much higher than any other branch of agriculture. So here, women plays a significant and crucial role in floriculture development as a manager, as a decision maker, and as a skilled farm worker. As we all know that in our country, female um, are around 65% of the total workforce involved in agriculture, which also includes flower production. And in the urban areas, maximum women are attached with this profession. And nowadays in the rural areas, the women folk are also showing this interest to be a part of this profession. And so far as floriculture is concerned, women participates in almost all activities, right from participatory tillage to harvesting, storage, and marketing of the flowers. And when we consider this floriculture industry in the state, we call it's at the nascent stage of development. But we know that there are a number of constraints, but floriculture being a labor-intensive activity, it indicates that even a modest floriculture program can generate employment opportunities, predominantly for young men and women, quite apart from significantly contributing to our national income. So nowadays, many skill development programs are being provided by various institutions and organizations in floriculture. And with thorough training, it can be a fortune for Nagaland to harness this production potential and exploit the overseas market opportunities. So, by a proper blend of support, incentive, and facilities, our state can achieve the heights in this particular business as well as the women empowerment, which will give boom to employment opportunities, revenue, and income to the people of the state. And as we all know that in Nagaland, we have rich dense forests, which is a storehouse of exotic and cultivated floral treasure, where many are indigenous to this part of the country. And because of this congenial climate we have, and unexplored potential, availability of sufficient land, and other inherent strengths, the state provides a suitable alternative. And then this region, being totally free from any external force, holds a great promise for commercial floriculture. So the climate of this region has given rise to a huge wealth of ornamental plants like we see anthurium, rose, carnation, gerbera, chrysanthemum, and orchids. Orchids like dendrobium, cymbidium, etc. So the most remarkable impact has been brought about by technology interventions coupled with a complete package of inputs. So when we talk about inputs like quality planting materials, greenhouse, drip irrigation system, feeds, and fertilizers have a direct and positive impact on the overall development of floriculture. And we have seen an impressive achievement in floriculture sector in the state as the growers have conglomerated under the aegis of these flower growers societies in various districts and have strived forward to blossom into successful entrepreneurs. So floriculture, being called the sunrise industry, is one of the fastest growing horticulture sectors of the state, and floriculture has the potential to contribute substantially to the growth of agriculture economy in the state. So besides the cultivation of flowers, the Nagaland government as well as various societies have started initiating promotion of commercial flower production as well as for ornamental purpose by organizing flower exhibitions as well as flower arrangement competitions where flower growers and florists they come together to exhibit the diverse flora of Nagaland. So during this pandemic, we have also noticed that many of the ladies who are at home and then during the leisure time they have started this growing indoor plants, all the succulents and all this flower cultivation has been popularized during this pandemic. And then yeah, many of this many of these growers have given a lot of interest in it. So again, if I discuss about another area in this sector is crafting in floriculture, which is gaining impetus with the rapidly growing flora industry in India. So value addition is another sector in the form of floral craft, which increases the economic value and customers appeal to floriculture commodities, and it serves as a linkage between growers and consumers. So it directly emphasizes the utility of flowers and a necessity for making marketing of flowers. So thus forms of crafting in floriculture like art of cut flower arrangements, bouquet making, loose flower arrangements, dry flower articles, potpourris, etc. are gaining momentum and popularization in our state. So there is a vast opportunity in value-added floriculture trade, crafting at entrepreneurial level for rural and as well as urban people, especially women, besides growing and selling flowers. And crafting in floriculture is such strategy that is also a logical extension of many farm business and can exploit underutilized farm resources which are easily available in the wild for increased return. So women at rural areas can set up small enterprise where floral crafting in the form of bouquets, wreaths, floral frames, cards, flower arrangement in containers, dry flower making, etc. can be a potential area for earning and improving livelihood. So crafting in floriculture is a low input and high output based work which requires a lot of creativity and artistic skill, as well as long hours of perseverance and thorough involvement. So it is here women can play a greater role. Besides, these crafts are small scale based industries which can be managed by women from their homes along with their family responsibilities. And then urban and rural women can very well
Dr.
take up projects.
Shisarenla,
Yes.
we have to request you to wind up in a few minutes. Yeah, time.
Okay, ma'am. So, so here, like in this sector, there's a lot of opportunity for both the rural women and the urban women. So lastly, as Margaret Thatcher quoted, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. So there is no tool for development more effective than the empowerment of women. So thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much, everyone, for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Shisarenla. You're doing a great job in many areas, and we're delighted that you could share your experiences and insights into this topic. Floriculture, flowers and women go side by side. So I think it's a very, very upcoming business, and for many ladies are into this business. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, may I please add one word for, though she has just taken the topic,
Yeah, sure.
I would like to add the
Yeah,
word.
sure.
Kali ma'am said very beautiful thing, ma'am. In the beginning, you said when women are being empowered, they empowered everyone. I want to add the Dr. Shisa Renla was very modest. She did not add many things. When we were in Tinsang, and this was my first posting, it was the most, everyone told me it is the most backward district. So when I came here and the areas which was totally backward, where no one will go, When I asked her, ki, can you please go with me and empower all the people there? It was she who said yes. And just because it is not because she's a male, it is because she's a woman. Women have that heart, who understand who all need us. The mother's heart, the sister's heart, the daughter's heart, beautiful heart women's have. She went to Thunoknyu, the border areas, Burma border areas. She has gone with me. Tomorrow also we are going to go till Burma border, the border pillar number 146, where undergrounds come and do all nonsense. But we are going to go there and we are going to teach them that come on, come out of the thing and learn that. Rather, once I was asking her, ki, already see what is happening is nowadays as a police we keep on danda marega and we'll just tell them all the danda wala kotha. Huli she was the one I thought ki chalo we'll make the jail inmates, the prisoners learn something else. The drug addicts, दवाई खा मनु इनी नागामिस ते गोबो ना दवाई खा मनु खान बिया मनु खान चोर कुरा मनु खान ताई खान के की शिखाइले भालो बो ना रास्ता तो कौन दिखाई देबो ना तो किन्नी का ताई खान निजो लगा पेट पालिबो परे can you come with us so she said ha hoy hoy moi शिखाबो तो farming is the best technique शिखाबोले करने she came with us and we taught all the prisoners drug addict होइले भी चोर मनु होइले भी बिया मनु होइले भी इत्या भी मुखन कली जाबोले असे the Pangsha ITC Dan the international trade center here in a single trade center in Nagaland. We are going to go and do the all training everything there. Hulibi, it is because you all are ladies and farming is the best profession. And since I am Punjabi, Punjab te sabse thun manu khan to farmer ase to America te bhi sabse thun manu khan farmer ase Hulibi mukhan laga Nagaland khan hi ulog kite bab hamna kure ki ikuna kure types farmers are best and it is best when these are handed over with the ladies. Women are that best. I just wanted to add because she has done a lot of things and a lot of works where no one was going. She has landed up there. Thank you so much, ma'am.
True, very true. Thank you so much for adding that.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
and we have heard a lot about her, so we are very delighted. Yeah, thank you so much for adding that. Now we have with us another very dynamic lady, Dr. Ruth Asami. She's a scientist in horticulture, ICR, Umyam in Meghalaya, and she's an ARS, and she's also very proud that she's also was our student, and she's a post-harvest technologist, and she's also serving as a secretary women's cell in Umyam, ICR Umyam, and I think she has also won a lot of awards. She's another lady who is a very good orator and a worker herself, so we are delighted to have her with us, and she's going to speak about, she's the scientist, so she's going to speak about women agriculture scientists and its impact. So time is yours, Dr. Ruth.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for the introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Madam, can you, yeah,
we can
hear
you.
Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like to thank Dr. Akali and her team for giving me an opportunity to speak on women agriculture scientists and its impact on this program of empowering women through agriculture. So there's a good amount of literature, both academic and mass media, documenting the importance of women's advancement in science, including the agricultural sciences. So bringing more women into scientific careers serves to do more than symbolically close a gender gap. So the myth is science is merit-based, and therefore women today are as free as men to pursue and advance in scientific careers of their choice. But the reality is, although women have better access to education and employment in scientific fields today than ever before, the playing field is not a level one. A women increasingly enter and try to move up a traditionally male-dominated professions, and they often face structures and dynamics that are a bit unfriendly And many times women also choose to sacrifice their family priorities for the sake of their careers. So today on this program of celebrating Mahila Kisan Divas, I'd like to highlight 6 women in particular, Indian women agriculture scientists who broke the glass ceiling and made a significant contribution to the society through their specialization. So first we have Dr. A. Pankaja Reddy. She is an inspiring women agriculture scientist, and she's the first woman in India to back the Rockefeller Fellowship during her master's studies at Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi. And she is a plant breeder and worked on dry land agriculture systems. And she professes that her best contribution is heterosis in sorghum. So at IRI, she also worked on wheat lines provided to India by Dr. Norman Borlaug, and wherein she screened these segregating lines. And she fondly recalls that how Dr. Norman Borlaug would recognize his wheat material from a distance. And she owes her skill of identification of the planting material among many to him. She also says that she is fortunate to work under Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. And now, after her retirement, she lives in a small village of Telangana state, spending time with the farming community. And more recently, we have Drs. Pooja Bhatnagar Mathur and Dr. Mamta Sharma. They are the 2 Indian women scientists whose work has a path-breaking impact across the global area, and they are the recipient of ICRISAD's Doreen Margaret Marshall Award 2018. Dr. Bhatnagar, a biotechnologist, she worked towards successful isolation and characterization of the gene responsible for cytoplasmic male sterility in pigeon bee. And as a result, ICRISAD filed its first ever patent in 2016 to 17. And this discovery holds great potential to induce and control male sterility in other crop species as well, thereby providing male sterile lines for developing scalable hybrid systems. Also, Dr. Sharma, she's a plant pathologist, and she led to the development of the loop-mediated isothermal amplification, also called as LAMP method, to identify a pathogen affecting chickpea and over 500 crops globally. And in their interviews, after the award, in their interviews, they have urged more women to join the field of scientific research despite gender biases. Next, we have Dr. Renu Khanna Chopra. She is a recipient of several awards, including the Indian Council of Agriculture Research Outstanding Women Scientist Award. Born in 1949, she made significant contribution in her area of specialization, that is plant physiology, biochemistry, and stress physiology, and she has done a great deal of work in cereals and pulses. And more close to us, we have Dr. Lopamudra Sahu, senior scientist in the subject of aquaculture. She is posted in Tripura Center of ICR Umiam, and she has led a team of a project executing the improved farming system comprising of high-yielding varieties, SRI, ICM, integrated farming system, etc., that has enhanced the farm productivity and income of 96 villages of the Tripura tribal area of Autonomous District Council. And she has led a team for winning the Faruddin Ali Ahmed Award for Outstanding Research in Tribal Farming System in 2019. And I'm so proud to say that our institute has won this award previously also, but this award, first time a woman has led to this award. So I'm so proud of her. And lastly, of course, we have Dr. Vandana Shiva. Though she is a trained quantum physicist, she has dedicated her life to both practical and paradigmatic change in food system and land stewardships. She is a global advocate for the rights of smallholders, family farmers, and agrarian communities, and a food sovereignty activist and author and, of course, policy expert. She is the recipient of Right Livelihood Award, also known as the Alternative Nobel Prize. And the Forbes magazine has named her the world's 7th most powerful feminist. And we had our institute had the opportunity of her presence 3 years ago for a program. And she is the founder of Navdanya, which is a research foundation for science, technology, and ecology, which is earth-centric, women-centric, and farmer-led movement. So their farm is based in Dehradun, and their office is based in New Delhi. So we have this forefront funders who are putting effort to draw attention to women as key players in agriculture transformations. So this includes Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, USAID, AGRA, Award, Acropolis Foundation in France, and of course in India we have DST, DBT, ICR, etc. So research has validated that investing in women is just not good ethics, but it is good economics. And interestingly, addressing the Women's Science Congress leg of the 107 Indian Science Congress in January 2020, Dr. T. Mahapatra, the Director General of ICAR, said, while worshipping women in various forms, we did not really promote women in the field of science, alluding to the fervor Indians accord to Indian Hindu goddesses such as Lakshmi, Durga, Saraswati, and others. So as scientists, women sometimes get marginalized in collaboration networks, and this leads to compromised self-beliefs and fewer women in leadership positions. So it is time that we work together to address issues that women in science face to bring things at par. And so building supportive professional and personal network is very critical. Equally important is to know how research funding flows and works to deliver the mission. And with women predominant in all levels of production, as also mentioned by our previous speakers, it is imperative to adopt gender-specific interventions. And an inclusive transformative agriculture policy should aim to rise the productivity of small farm holdings, integrate women as active agents in rural transformation, engage men and women in extension services with gender expertise. And I'm so glad that this kind of platform intends to build a supportive community for empowering and inspiring women by sharing women's stories and experiences in the agriculture sciences, and to educate the general public about the importance of women representation in this field. So today is also World Students' Day, marking the birth anniversary of our previous president, Abdul Kalam. So I wish you all a very happy World Student Day. As you know, learning has no end, and learning leads to creativity, and it gives information. So with appropriate strategies, we can convert the challenges to opportunities. Thank you. Thank you for your patient hearing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ruth. And as always, I had, a very great opinion about you, and you have delivered very well. We are very proud of you as a scientist and the upcoming scientist.
Thank you,
all the
ma'am.
ladies that you have mentioned, I hope one day you'll be in that list. Yeah, we wish you all the best, and really
you.
we look forward to that. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruth.
Welcome, ma'am.
Now we have with us another very interesting lady, Mrs. Bendang Jungla, and she's an entrepreneur based in Mkokchung, and she's also our student. We're very proud that she's a very good entrepreneur, and I think her talk is going to impress a lot of people out here who one day hope to become like you, an entrepreneur. We really hope to see many entrepreneurs coming up. So I think your presence here, your talk here today is going to help us achieve that. So we want to invite you, request you to give a talk on your story, on how you become a business person. And I think we have just given you a topic, but of course you can take it whichever way you want. Agribusiness and women empowerment. And I think you truly represent that. So time is yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity today. Thank you. So I'll be talking on agribusiness and women empowerment, which is very interesting as well as crucial in agriculture and rural economy, because women represents farmers, laborers, entrepreneurs, and they contribute to our economy. So let's start with our PowerPoint presentation. I'll be sharing a few of my achievements Okay, so what actually is agribusiness? I'll just give in a just brief. So it involves production, protection, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, and market linkages for income generation. And why it is very important is that it reduces dependency on others and financially independent, provide growth, reduce poverty, and skill development. So I'll be sharing my experiences and our achievement. So I'll be just explaining how it all started. So Green Line Enterprises was established under RKVY scheme in the year 2018, sponsored by Department of Agriculture, Government of Nagaland, and we were the first batch to set up agri-ventures. Before establishing Green Line Enterprise, I was working in financial sector and government department, but since I have different vision, so I have a vision to uh, help our farmers, especially women. So I left my job and I've started this business. There were so many challenges, but like I think it is gaining importance also. So, and I was the only woman to set up the scheme. All were male dominated, so I was the only woman. So while establishing this establishment, people were like not optimistic, but they were just like, why did you left your job like that? But like now I'm happy that and proud that I'm the only woman under scheme to establish. So our achievements are like we have been providing market linkages to self-help groups and selling their products in our agri business. And uh, like, for example, from Changtongya, we have been helping the self-help group in selling their vermicompost since there's no market linkages. And we are also buying traditional local seeds from this year, like cucumber local seeds and mustard local seeds. So this year, we have just started. So next year, we are thinking of expanding the business, especially in local seed. And also, we are providing women-friendly farm equipments. I'll be showing the picture in the last slide. Also, we have introduced one of the most interesting things is like we have introduced bio-waste decomposer with National State Rural Livelihood Mission, Changdongya Block, which has benefit members of self-help group and Mahila Kisan, and it is one of the best-selling compost. And people from Assam are coming to buy the compost. So I'll be showing the end product in the picture slide. Also, for income generation, we have been providing imported flower seeds and free consultancy to all the flower growers in Mokochung, Dimapur, and Koima. And we have brought two distributorship of two international seed companies, that is Sakata, Japan, and Sakura Company. So it will cater the needs of hybrid seeds and open pollinated seeds. So before bringing the distributorship, we used to take the seeds from Assam, so we don't get fresh packages and we get all the expired one. So after bringing the distributorship in Nagaland, we have been getting fresh packages. And I'm happy to say that we are supplying seeds all over Nagaland, and also we are covering parts of Manipur. And also 80% of my seed dealers are women entrepreneurs, so that you'll get a chance to earn, and indirectly or directly, we are all helping each other. And we are also giving discounts to women farmers on farming inputs like seeds, machineries. And also we are providing installment on farm machineries, which are a bit expensive, so as to encourage them. This year, we have been giving discount even to the Atma departments because of this COVID, we want to increase the farming area also. So we have been giving discounts in almost all the seeds. Also, we have introduced exotic high value crops on trial basis like cherry tomato, capsicum, sweet corn, broccoli, pak choy, and Chinese cabbage last year, and it has been a success. I'll be showing the pictures as I said. And also, we have been stressing the economic importance and health benefits of broccoli. And this year, I'm happy to announce that sale of broccoli seeds have increased tenfolds, and we have sale around for 6 to 7 lakhs just by the sale of broccoli seeds. After that, we have been providing broccoli seeds to Alibag village, which is one of the highest producer of broccoli. vegetables, and tomato seeds to Lungkam village, that is Chiranjeevi variety. Before they used to take from Guwahati. Now the seeds are available just at their doorstep. And also in collaboration with Atma Mokochung, we have provided free winter crops to self-help group during this COVID time so that they can provide, they can, uh, provide income also for themselves. And also, I'll be showing this slide. As I said, this is the sweet corn we have tried in Dimapur, and it has been a great success. You can see it's very healthy. And uh, one of my farmer, Merankala from Aliba, she took the radish seeds and it is a bumper harvest, and you can see the broccoli also. And this is the Chinese cabbage we have introduced last year, and it was a very success. And this, as you can see, the truck, it's one. This belongs to my farmer Brankala. Last year, she have earned around 7 lakhs just by selling broccoli. And this is also cabbage. Last year, from cabbage also she have earned around 50,000. So we have introduced fireball variety. Before they used to so only uh, fireball. After that, red ball. They used to cultivate only red ball. But last year we've introduced fireball, and it was a very success. And the difference between fireball and red ball is that red ball is expensive, but fireball is cheaper. So we've done the cost cutting also. And also this is the seeds. This is the uh, tomato from Longku village. They are earning around 20 to 30 lakhs. We are providing seeds to them every year. And this is the null-call vegetable. Last year we have introduced from Sakata. So it has been a great success. And yes, you can see here, this is the crop support net. We are providing these to cucumber farmers. Since it is a very laborious thing to construct the bamboo thing. So we have been offering this crop support net, and it can be used for 3 to 4 years. And this is, you can see this broccoli field. This is our experimental field. Last year, we have done some experiments, and it was a great success. And you can see this cherry tomato. We have done some experiment, and it was also very successful. And as I said, with the waste decomposer, which I said, which was very successful. It is just 50 rupees, and just with this one bottle of the waste decomposer, we can, uh, convert around 1 metric tons of waste into a compost. And this is the uh, brush cutter, which is wound friendly, which we've introduced. Because for us women, we can carry heavy things for a long time, so we can, compete with men. After that, this is the end product of biodecomposer in Changtongya block. They are selling it in Assam. So this tea garden people, they used to come and they used to buy in bulk. And this is one of my best, successful farmer, woman farmer. She, just by selling broccoli, she earns around 7 lakh, and this year her target is around 10 lakhs. And this year I'm happy to announce that she have even purchased a plot of land just by selling broccoli and other vegetables. And as you can see here, we have been providing all the varieties of crops, whether it's hybrid or open pollinated, just in Mokokchung district, because before they used to take from Dimapur or from Guwahati, but now just at the doorstep, we are providing all types of exotic, open pollinated and hybrid varieties. And these are my flower florists. So my farmers, last year, they invested just around 5,000, and they have been earning around 20 to 30,000 just by selling the flower saplings. So I'm happy to say that we have been directly or indirectly engaged in their economic upliftment.
Okay. We have to request you to wind up a bit, yeah, because
Okay,
of the
ma'am.
time constraint. We want to listen, but
Okay, ma'am.
yeah.
So in conclusion, I'll just like to say that we should be a job creator and not a job seeker, and we should be financially independent. And as a nation, we should celebrate entrepreneurs as heroes, and happy Mahila Kisan Divas, one and all. Thank you so much.
Yes, wonderful, inspiring story from you, as expected. We're very, very proud because I think after post-COVID, we all know that food business and being an entrepreneur is the answer, and you're one of them leading the way. So we're very, very delighted.
Thank you, ma'am.
I couldn't tell the attendee that she's actually a master degree holder in agriculture economics from SASART, from our campus, and also a PG diploma in marketing from IGNU. And I think she's, as she said, she has worked with so many organizations, but finally, I think her calling was in business, and so she's now the proprietor of Green Line Enterprise. So thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you so
story.
much, ma'am. Thank you.
So now we have with us the last speaker of the day. And in fact, this time when we went for Atma monitoring, we met a lot of interesting people as BTM and ATMs, but we can't call, quite a good number of them. So we requested one of them. She's Miss Zevesino Rutsa. She's a master degree holder in zoology, entomology. But she's basically not from agriculture, but she's doing a great job in her blog. She's BTM in Chizami block, right, on the Peg district, and already have 7 years of experience. A young lady who is, I think, helping a lot of farmers in her block. So we are very delighted to have you here, and you're going to talk about the roles of SHG, FSG for economic upliftment. Time is yours.
Thank you all for being here today. I am here today to talk to you about the role of SSG or FSG for economic upliftment. First thing, to increase the status of women, they must be empowered in all aspects, such as economically, socially, politically, and culturally. So SSG is one such initiative. It serves as an effective tool for organizing women to lead an empowered life. It is also one of the most important approach, which will make them economically independent and would change them from being powerless to the state of self-confidence. Organizing women into a group marked the beginning of a major process of women empowerment and in eliminating poverty. Numerous problems faced, especially in rural areas, that cannot be tackled at an individual level can be solved through common efforts. Nowadays, almost all governments and non-governments agencies support the self-help group in one way or the other. And many success stories are available describing how their participation or how their membership in SSG changed the life of a particular individual or group for the better. Today, let me take the example of one of my SSG, namely Tedelu SSG from my blog. I'll say a few lines on how their involvement in SSG helped them to become self-sufficient and self-reliant both economically and socially. This group hails from Chizami village under Peg district that consists of 10 members. This group come together to find ways to improve their way of living or to improve their standard of living. Their initial operation of this SSG was by contributing money through their members. They were steadily functioning as a group, taking up small activities and meeting up. However, in 2018, they become a part of Atma recognized SSG, and through mobilization and Atma-related activities, they become very productive. Through the intervention of Atma, they came to know about this mushroom cultivation. So after being motivated by this technique, they took up these mushroom cultivations as their main activities, where they earn half of their revenue. At first, they started with just 10 bags of mushroom, which give them 40 kg. Enthused by the success, they bought spawn for 100 bags of mushroom. Gradually, farming pick up and the purchase pound for 500 bags and so on. Today, this SSG, they happily and proudly say that if we invest rupees 1, we get rupees 3 in mushroom business. So this is how their involvement in SSG have made them huge progress in achieving higher income. With their increased income, they have also take up persimmon farming after knowing the market value of persimmon, as we all know. Thus, this also proved that involvement in a self-help group not only help in economic status, but also help them to get opportunity to interact with other people, such as government officials, NGOs, or even bankers. Their interaction with these people improve their knowledge and their skills also. They are exposed to new ideas and they are also exposed to higher knowledge. This group that has been grooming many other women folk in their areas. Now, not only the leaders of this group, even the members of this group are now potential, and we can even say that they are capable to act as a resource person for different community developmental initiative. Through their active participation in self-help group, they have now enhanced their leadership skills and participation. In brief, we can say SSG provide food security. They also increase income opportunities and it also enhance one's leadership skills. All this progress toward economic upliftment. Another example set up by this SSG, during this lockdown period, they took advantage of this situation to increase their production and capture the local market. And as supply from outside was short, they could earn more than a year wage as their produce were in high demand. We can also say that they have turned pandemic into a boon. Taking the advantage of this lockdown period, they have even spread or they have even encouraged their fellow farmers that knowing the value of local product is more important. We are also encouraged through their work. We also came to know that we have to grow our own food and not being market dependent. They say that food security lies in our own field. So according to me, all these objective ideas and initiative is not possible. It's not possible individually. It is possible only when we come together as a group. In conclusion, let me say, usually working women are being respected by the household members and the society. But nowadays, even the women in the SSG are also respected as they are independent in earning their income and they are contributing to household income, expenditure, and even saving. Hence, it could be concluded that SSG could serve as an alternative instrument of financial intermediation for the poor. SSG not only changed the outer form of a community or a society, but it also changed the material aspect of life as well as the ideas, values, and the attitude of the people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Zeversino Rutsa, for this wonderful relation of the woman group that you're working with. And I think you rightly pointed out that the women of many villages are now economically strong, and that's why they have more confidence. And I think that's the reason why FSG is also formed, right? So I hope that wish you all the best in your activities. I'm sure the Atma people under you will be able to, I mean, a lot of farmers will benefit through you. Thank you so much. We have, heard from all the people, all the ladies, and I'm very, very glad that we had, even though it's a very short notice, but we had a very wonderful speakers, starting from police officer to academicians, to scientists, to entrepreneurs, and the rural women leaders. So we are very, very delighted to hear from all of you. And I don't know if the audience would like to ask some questions. If so, then I forgot to inform that they can also put in the chat box or in the question answer box, and we could have answered. But anyway, if the audience would like to ask anything from the participants or even among the panelists, if there's anything that you would like to ask from each other, time for interaction. Yeah, we have some time, though we had run short of time, but then we can give 10 minutes for interaction. So if there's anyone who'd like to interact with each other, be it from the attendee or from the panelist. Is there anyone who would like to, I would like to request all the panelists to put on the video so that we can have an interaction and wind up this program. So yeah, we would like to hear from you as well. Uh, I think all of you are introduced today to each other. I think only few of you know each other. So I think you can interact with each other, have some queries answered from each other. Okay, if no one is coming forward, I think Miri, where are you? She's one lady who is an entrepreneur. I think she already has some entrepreneurial qualities, so I'm sure she has question to ask Bentang Jungla. Some of the tips, I guess. Okay, before Miri says something, there's one question here. Where can we reach for financial assistance for farming? So I think there was Dr. Sintirenla, I think she was referring to schemes, and I hope she has also given in her presentation. So if you want to take this question, or if there's anyone who would like to take this question. I don't know if they are talking about ladies or in general, farming assistance, financial assistance.
Okay, let me just share my screen. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah. So this is the, okay. Yeah. So are the schemes that I have just connected. Like if you, these are the 2, 3, and serial number 2, 3, and 4 are on the
Your screen is not showing. Yeah, now it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Serial number 2, 3, 4 are on the Nagaland Government of Nagaland Department of Women Resources. These are the schemes that are available for Nagaland. So then
Cynthia,
this
your
MI,
screen has not
yes.
shown. Cynthia, your screen is still not
Sure.
showing. Yeah, you just once again click. Double
Is it
click.
visible
Yeah,
now?
right. Yes.
Yep. Okay, so this serial number 2, 3, 4, these are the links to the Department of Women Resources in Government of Nagaland. So
your network, some problem. So I think some network issue with her, Cynthia. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it visible? Okay. So these are links that you can refer to. This is the government of India. They have given this link. So there are various schemes. There are various schemes which, if you just go to this link, you'll find various schemes. So yeah, I think that's, since we don't have time to list out all the different schemes, so these are websites that you can connect to. I think that's it. That's that answer.
Yeah, I hope it answers that, because I think she referred mostly to ladies, but I don't know the attendee is asking for the ladies or farming in general, but I hope it answers. And there are a lot many schemes other than that for general farming. Huge number of departments, even in Nagaland or Government of India, they give a lot of scheme for farmers. So I think, yeah, it's all available online. Any other questions? Otherwise, Miri, you wanted to say something? Mary Audio, are you there?
No, it's okay, madam.
Ah, I thought you want to ask some question to Bendang Jungla to become an entrepreneur one day. Anyway, is there anybody who want to say something? Otherwise, I want to just put one question across to all the ladies here, that since we, earlier times we haven't been able to celebrate this, but I think now we have taken the initiative, and I think this should continue. And as I was sharing yesterday when I was trying to connect to some of you, then I realized there are lots and lots of ladies in agriculture and doing pretty well. So I think we need to come together, and for the good of our own ladies in the state. And so I would like to request you, if there's anyone who can come up with some idea, and our madam, though she's not from Nagaland, but she's very much like Naga already. So you can also share your idea. But how do we go about, because actually this program is supposed to identify, the ladies, the some awards and all that we're supposed to be giving and things like that. We need to have a bigger program in the next webinar or next program that we have. If everything goes right, then we may not have to have a webinar. We can have a physical program as well. But what do you say? We can take some initiative, taking this today as a day of initiating some activities for the women of Nagaland. Any idea to share among you all?
Hello, is it audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Now it's audible.
Okay. Actually, I was telling that the Nagaland government is already taking so many initiatives for girl child, especially with respect to Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, or Mahila Shakti Kendra, or there is One Stop Center Sakhi. That is for the girl child empowerment. But since the girls are there under Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, also we can teach them farming, and we can go ahead with making the groups and all whatever they want to learn. With respect to self-help groups, ma'am, the best from the banks, with the loan subsidies, and there are some subsidy schemes which has been dedicated especially for the women entrepreneurs, rather for women farmers, I'll say, and that too at the 1 or 2% of the interest rate as per the loan. Since one question earlier was like what all schemes and what all finances, where all we can have it. There are so many loan schemes, that too at the subsidized rate. Otherwise, there are many funding schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao or Mahila Shakti Kendra are there. Otherwise, there are other many schemes given under the Nagaland government also. Whenever they want, they can apply, and the moment they apply, it will be like very small amount, like 5-10 lakhs when they start. Later on they can be given other, like there are cottage industries or there are MCMEs, like which is called as these are the middle sector schemes. There also they have been given so much of help from the government sector. So I think that can help from the government sector. With respect to ladies, now you said like yes, Naga ladies are very I see many times Naga ladies are over talented and they know everything. With respect to farming, let me tell you, self-help groups are the one. When I was in Hyderabad, when Barack Obama came, the earlier former president of America, he told the way self-help groups are working. If it has been implemented in whole India, then our economy can rush up to next levels. So I think if the SSGs can get registered, they can make their groups, they can learn. Rather, we were thinking to show and teach them farming in the Punjab. Since I'm from Punjab and I'm a Punjabi, and our richest persons are farmers only. We go for mechanization, automation, and the moment anyone wants to learn any techniques, any automation, that is intensive farming or extensive farming, we are always ready to give them that exposure. If ma'am, you can make a group and we can talk to our farmers and anyone whomsoever they want to learn from. And next is like with respect to I don't know, you know or not, the Maharashtra has a very good model of cooperative farming. Nowadays, the sugarcane farming is best from Maharashtra. Punjab is best in wheat, and Maharashtra is best in sugar production. Though the sugar is not as sweet as it is in Uttar Pradesh, but the production is mostly in Maharashtra, because you see the cooperatives who work. I mean, ever any one of you visit Maharashtra, you will see that the farmers, they walk with BMWs, they have the posh vehicles, and we will not have that, since they are doing that extensive farming with all the scientific techniques. In Nagaland, we are using slash and burn agriculture, that is jhum cultivation, and every one of us knows that it is not as efficient as other techniques are, especially when the terrain is hilly terrain and the mountain terrain. So we have Uttarakhand, we have Himachal. I have seen this, since this is all my regions. Ever anyone wants to learn scientific techniques, we are there, because slash and burn agriculture is not uh, as effective. Rather, it goes for soil erosion. It is not as much good in productivity also, and our fellow lands, when they are being left, they are not giving that much production which has to be given next time. Yes, organic agriculture has been enhanced here, but still public, when they start using pesticides and all, the knowledge, I think they are getting less knowledge, and they are wrongly using it. That also can be taught very nicely. With respect to women's, you make the groups, we can promote everyone, learn, go Himachal, Uttarakhand, Maharashtra, Punjab, come back, become the master trainers, make the groups. We are always there to support you up. You want to increase the production, I can show them best farmers. The villages in Maharashtra and Punjab, they are the richest villages, they are better than us. I'll say, if ever I get a chance that I will not do policing job, then I'll surely go for farming, because farming, Nagas and Punjabis are almost same. Farming is in our blood, and we are both are same, that we are fighters, we fight till the end. But we should be fighting with the proper weapons. The tools and the techniques which are being used, it can be changed. If it has to be changed, it should be changed. I think slash and burn agriculture, the cycles, earlier it was 10 years, now it is reducing to 5 to 4 years, then it may reduce to 2 years. The now land ownership is also reducing, because one father having 10 children, it is getting cut down. And this is a kind of disguised employment in the agriculture sector, when 10 people working in the same land with the same production. That also has to be worked out how. And next best thing is like going for value addition. One has to understand that okay, mangoes are coming, but you see the paper boat mango juices, one juice, or mango juice, or the guava juice, all the fruit juices, they are like selling so extensively in our in especially in my states. Like I was in Hyderabad since 7 to 8 years. Earlier I was in Haryana, then I was in Punjab, then we were in Maharashtra also. I have visited almost all the states of India. We have visited other countries also. I have visited Israel, and Israel, you see, there is no water. I mean, there is total lockdown country, and deserts are there. But still, they have developed the technique of drip farming, drip irrigation. And this drip irrigation has been learned by all other countries. That kind of examples we have to set, that what is not there, we can make use of it. What is there, we make the best use of it. Then I think women can make the best groups, and women are best, and they can go learn outside, come back. Please come back. The word I'm again mentioning, they go, they learn, they never come back. They think Nagaland is backward. Please come back, serve your place. Your place is wonderful. You have best resources, and we are always there. I think, ma'am, that will suffice. And scientifically, we can approach, ma'am. I'm not asking them to leave their culture and traditions. I mean, Israel, if we visit, they have not forgotten their culture and traditions. They still use their same religion, same shawl, same long boots, same long chuli bhi man lamba lamba pale. Holi bhi, in with respect to modernization and technology, they have like excelled. The same thing, the civilization race, we have to understand. Go with technologies, otherwise we'll be falling back. They need any help in other states, we are there to link it up. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think if there's anyone to add here. to what, yes, Ruth. You want to say something, Ruth? Yeah.
I think our madam has very well said. It's yeah, of course, many schemes available, and when we send out trainees to get trained and come back, then I think we also need to see their funding, right? So. Our second speaker, I think she might be right. She's the right person to guide for the funding. Yeah, so yeah, it's a very good input, very good idea.
Any others to put give the input here? Mary, you want to say something? You're from rural development, and I'm sure you have a lot of things in your mind going on.
No, I was thinking like the SSGs and all, once they are formed, like suppose they are given a seed money, and once they are formed, like most of the SSGs they go defunct. You know, like it's not sustainable. So something has to be done for the sustainability of SSGs, and also that once they start, like it becomes sustainable, and they start generating money from there, and they start like getting additional income apart from the farm, from whatever they're getting from the farm. So I feel SSG is a good idea, and FSG, Food Security Group, is another very good idea, especially for the below poverty, you know, yeah, line, people, rural people out there. So especially like those who are not, those whose voice are not heard, like and who do not have the what to say, like courage or the confidence to even introduce themselves to their own people also. So such kind of people can be identified, and they can be taught, starting from the kitchen garden and all, how to like depend, how to not depend only on the on market or whatever, so they can start producing on their own, especially for their sustenance. So I think FSGs and SSGs is a very good concept for uplifting the rural area.
Okay, I think a lot of points here, and since we all are, in different lines, as I said, from academics to scientists to entrepreneur to various, and then lady who's also leading the, the FSGs and SHGs. So I think this can be just an initiative that we still remain with the group. I'm sure, a lot of people, all of you must be having hundreds of groups, and you don't really want to be in a group anymore. But then I think as a start, we can have this group, and then maybe share your ideas in this group. And I think we can do a lot, many things, because in terms of schemes, there are a lot of schemes, but people are not aware. The women are not aware. The women are not confident enough to speak, and so we have this SHGs and FSGs, and like rightly said by Mary, a lot of SHGs, they get defunct, only few go through. So we need to also think about the sustainability. We need to let them become enterprising. So we have lady with us who can also help the ladies. And I think exposure, like what Dr. Britpal has said about exposure to different places, is very important. So they get, they open their eyes. So a lot many things to do for the women of our state. And I think if you all don't mind, then I would like to keep this group going on, and keep sharing your ideas, and then we can work out something, in all these lines that we have talked about. So with this, I would like to thank everyone here, and time to wind up. And for that, I'd like to request Dr. Sintirenla, another Sintirenla from Steiner. I hope she's here, and I would like to request her to propose vote of thanks. Dr. Sintirenla, are you there? Yes.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am, for giving me this time. Very good evening to you all. I'm truly honored to share a few words of gratitude and appreciation on behalf of SASART and you to all the partakers of this program. At the very onset, I would like to thank Ms. Tarila for blessing us with the invocation. Thank you, Tarila, once again. And I would like to extend sincere thanks to our special guest, Dr. Pritpal Kaur, IPS SP Noklak Kensang. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing with us your valuable time and for motivating us through your experiences. And uh, indeed, like you said, women are a multidisciplinary section of the society. We have the potential. We just need to accept and excel. So thank you so much, ma'am. My special appreciation also goes to all the resource persons, a list of proficient women in their respective fields. And like ma'am has said, most of them are from SASAR. So, it was such a delight to see and hear and learn from all of you. And I think we have covered almost all the aspects of women in agriculture, right from production to various agribusinesses where, women are really excelling, and that's a very good advantage for the rest of the women, because you don't have to be a torch bearer. There is already someone who has excelled in that, so you can always venture into it. So yeah, I think you should take that as an opportunity and go for it. And yeah, I should say it was, overall a very impactful and empowering session. And personally, I suggest that we conduct more of such, program where women can, come together in this manner, and then, we can share and learn from each other's experiences and also motivate each other. So yeah, thank you once again to all the resource persons. And yes, my heartfelt gratitude also goes to our Madam Dean Sasar, Professor Akali Sema. It's all because of her initiative that this program could be conducted at a very short notice. And like I must say that Madam, she is a perfect role model for most of the world, for all the women there out there. Because she is one woman who never runs out of energy, creativity, and most importantly, positivity. And I think these three qualities are very important for someone to excel in life and to and something that keeps us going. So yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And I would also like to thank our technician, Mr. Lawrence. He has been working tirelessly behind the scene, taking care of all the technical arrangements. And because of him, this program could be conducted so successfully. So thank you so much, Lawrence. And yes, most importantly, I would like to thank our participants, all the participants. Thank you so much for joining us, for your valuable time. And I believe that this program was a very impactful one for each one of you. So thank you once again, everyone. And yes, over to you.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I think that was a wonderful vote of thanks. I would like to mention here that this program was a very short notice, and Dr. Mary and Dr. Sintirenla was put on task yesterday while traveling from, in the car, and then they've done a wonderful job. So I just want to thank two of them also from the bottom of my heart. So thank you, everyone. A wonderful meeting every one of you. We hope to see you again in next session. Yeah, bye-bye.